We are not the 9:30 news, but who knows? One day, Believing us is like believing you can also use packs of tissue paper to reserve car park lots. Contrary to popular belief, any similarities to actual people, events, and pets are purely coincidental. And now, the news.
The headlines. Mediacorp comes under fire for allowing an objectionable scene on air. Villains of the 21st century. One man's dream to give movie villains a makeover. Aloha and welcome to the Noose. I am BBC.
And I'm Adriana. Wow. Oh my. This is the end of our primetime journey. If you want to keep us on air, please petition Channel 5 to do another season. Please, please.
Speaking of Channel 5, Singapore's only free-to-air broadcaster, Mediacorp, has been criticised for not censoring a scene which some viewers found insulting and offensive.
What? That's not fair. I mean, they censor our show all the time and they let this slip? Talk about double standards. Anyway, here's Jacques with the story. This is so unfair.
Viewers are up in arms after Mediacorp allowed what was an objectionable scene on air. The station was flooded with angry callers last night after this scene from a local drama series was allowed to go on air. But minutes after broadcast, the news hotlines were ringing non-stop. First to call was Nancy Go, a concerned mother.
Yes, hello, my name is Nancy Go and I'm a concerned mother. You know, as a mother of three, I am very disgusted that such a scene could be shown on TV at prime time. Prime time, you know. I'm not finished yet, huh? You know, just like the other time, I was watching this Can't Forget the Lyrics or Don't Forget the Lyrics or something like that. It was a celebrities edition. And let me tell you, some of the celebrities singing was so horrible that my children had nightmares after that, you know? So I feel that Mediacorp should exercise more stringent censorship. Yeah. You know, if you guys, Mediacorp, are not the ones to safeguard our young minds against such disgusting images, who will? So I tell you today, I had enough of calling the hotline, so today I'm here personally to hand this complaint letter to your CEO. Huh? Where's the complaint department? Hello, Mediacorp?
Also taking offense was the head of the Fishmongers Institute of Singapore.
Of course, that one is obviously to insult all the fishmongers in Singapore. But I tell you one thing, Mediacorp, too much, I tell you. Mediacorp must apologize. Mediacorp must apologize, okay? You cannot anyhow hurt people's feelings. I'm talking to you, hey. Better apologize.
However, not everyone agrees that the scene is objectionable. Independent filmmaker Rayson Tong, who has won many unknown film awards, applauded Mediacorp for having the artistic sense not to make unnecessary cuts to the drama series.
And yes, the fish was naked, but I don't think it was exploitative at all. It was very tastefully done. Oh, it's just beautiful. A piece de résistance, a mise en scène, a whole scene.
Mediacorp is standing behind the decision to allow the controversial scene on air, so says their chief of censorship, Sir Reginald Sa.
We do not have an issue with the scene. I think viewers, especially the immature ones, are seeing things that are not there.
However, the Media Watchdog Authority is not amused, so says Ms. Susie C., head of the authority.
We do not share the sentiments of Mediacorp and also what Mr. Saw said he saw. Neither does our watchdog. Right, Wang Wang?
This is Jacques Wee, who did not hear anything, signing off.
With concerns about the environment going into overdrive in recent years, Singapore has pledged that it will reduce its carbon footprint to bring it in line with international standards.
And today, the authorities introduced a new set of regulations that are sure to reduce carbon emissions significantly. Here's Andre Chichak with the story.
The weather these days is hot, hot, hot. Very, very hot. Oh, so, is Singapore getting hotter, or did someone just turn off our air conditioning? Now, to fight global warming and protect our environment, the government has introduced a new set of carbon emission regulations.
Each weekend, thousands of Singaporeans come to East Coast Park and barbecue their food. You know how much carbon dioxide is produced? You know? Imagine, millions of this is in the air. Huh? You want to breathe this in? Okay, from tomorrow, all persons doing barbecue will have to limit to 5 chicken wings and 3 hot dogs. And we will have the environmental officers to enforce this. We are doing this for your own good.
Also part of the environmental protection laws, sun-tanning oil is now banned on Singapore beaches. This is to prevent another oil slick from happening at our shores. And if you thought that was going overboard, this next regulation is sure to make you spit out that kwachi you're munching on now.
When I was at Beijing Olympics, I saw this fantastic system. And since we have our own Olympic, YOG, why not? We can use the same system too. You see, from January the 1st, 2011, all cars will be driven on alternate days. Odd-numbered on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Even-numbered will be driven on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Sunday, no problem. Everybody can drive. But all ERP gantries will be fully operational. This way, we can reduce the traffic jam and optimize the public transport. And remember, in this manner, we are also able to be up there with the advanced countries. We can be as good as China.
Besides these environmental protection laws, the government is also doing a feasibility study at Underwater World in Sentosa to see if we can all live there when our country is flooded by the melting polar ice caps. This is Andre Chichak, the Noose. Oh, thank you.
Welcome. Time now for the first commercial break of the last episode.
But please remember to zip up your fly as we reveal why the global movie industry may soon look towards Singapore for top quality villains.
Welcome back to the news.
You can't walk 10 meters in Singapore without coming across the word hub plastered on buildings and signboards.
And now one entrepreneur has set his sights on the country being a hub for aspiring movie villains to sharpen their skills and put the bad back into badass. Jacques Wee tells us more.
Singapore is a hub for many industries, and there are many reasons why. Some say it is the country's extreme efficiency and productivity. Some others say it is a lawful, peaceful, and stable place. Yet others compliment the education system and the ease of doing business here. All these values have led to the desire of one man, Mr. Marco Rocco, to turn Singapore into the next hub for villains.
I believe in Singapore. I want to raise my children here. You know, I set up a villain training school in Singapore precisely because of the country's advantages in education and its technical expertise. You watch movies, jackass? Good. Those villains in those movies, they give us a bad reputation. Whether it's Hollywood or Bollywood, it doesn't matter. Those villains, they're a freaking joke. You understand me? They're a freaking joke. They can't shoot, they waste bullets, they always crash the car and they fall down at the slightest touch. What's wrong with them, huh? You tell me what's wrong with them. And those villains, they always get outsmarted, they never kill the Namiko when they're supposed to. What the hell's wrong with them?
So what kind of skills will you be teaching the villains here?
Well, we'll teach them basic shooting skills, huh? So they will go from this to this. We'll also teach them hand-to-hand combat. Too often in the movies, you'll see them doing this. With VTS training, no more. Not gonna happen anymore.
It used to be so easy to be a good guy, you know. Now with the villain training school, the game has changed. I cannot believe that they beat me up. I mean, I'm supposed to be the good guy, you know.
It's not just all out of the classroom stuff, you know. I don't want my villains to just have brawn. They've got to have the smarts too. Huh? Old methods of negotiation, that's all outdated.
Hello. I won $1 billion.
We've updated that kind of a thinking. We want them to think like effective villains in an increasingly connected and globalized world. Now, they'll be talking like this.
Listen, I want 1 million lots of Google stocks. And as for the ransom money, I don't want in US dollars. That currency is weakening. I want euros, you understand? And as for my getaway car, I want a Toyota Prius. And make sure I get one that's checked okay. I don't want any stuck accelerator pedal.
And you know what? They're also gonna be bilingual. Huh?
我要100万股的谷歌股票，赎金我不收美元，美元最近很弱，我只收欧元。你听有没有？逃亡的车子我只要丰田普锐斯第3代，你跟我彻底的检查好，我不要那个踏板油门给卡住。
If the villain training school does succeed in training a new breed of villains, one that is smart, productive, and technically proficient in the ways of the gun, then Singapore might just be the place to have the greatest impact on the movie landscape for the next decade to come. You saw it here first on the Noose.
Woohoo! I like bad boys.
And I like bad English. So it's time once again for We Are Singaporeans.
Singapore has had 2 Chinese presidents. Name one of them.
Lee Kuan Yew. Chinese president?
Ong Teng Cheong. Ong Beng Sik.
Singapore got 2 presidents. Got the Northern, the Indian.
Ong Ah Chee. Lim Boon Teck.
Who's Lim Boon Teck?
My neighbor.
Wee Kim Wee.
Ong Teng Cheong.
That's another. That's another is a Chinese.
Kuan Yew.
Lanila Utama. Benjamin something something.
Chinese president.
The doctor something.
You in Singapore?
Benjamin Sheares.
Chua Chi Yong. King Kang.
Lee Hsien Loong. No. Lee Kuan Yew.
I don't know. I only know the minister.
Deng Xiaoping.
It's time now for another short break. Welcome back to the last episode of the Noose.
In the 1990s, one American teenager had the scars and stripes imprinted on his bottom for life after being convicted of vandalism here.
And now one Swiss fella faces the prospect of having some Swiss cheese on his Swiss Alps for the same offense. Andre Chichak finds out why the humble rattan cane is once again one of the most feared weapons Singapore has.
Some call it excessive, and some call it effective. Whatever you call it, Singapore's practice of caning offenders for some crimes has been pretty effective as a deterrent. When news of the vandalism on an SMRT train broke in June, it reminded Singaporeans of an American teenager who got some permanent artwork on his bum many years ago. In 1994, Michael Fay received 4 strokes of the cane after he was convicted on vandalism charges. Since then, Singapore hasn't seen another high-profile case of vandalism for 16 years. I repeat, 16 years. One has to admit that the humble rotan is indeed one of the most effective weapons Singapore has to keep would-be vandals on a leash.
My Akong has 7-8 canes at home. Short, long, fat, thin. One for every occasion. One time you kena, you never forget.
Oh, super thing.
All these fellas, they come here. They think they can do anything they want. They take our jobs, they take our women. But once in a while, we also must give. But just give nicely.
If they cane someone for gravity, then I think they must also cane all these lawyers and bankers who cheat your money. And the loan shark too. They do more harm to people's life.
你好，我是露露。Speak English. Okay, okay. In Chinese, we say 不打不成器. In English, it means spare the law and spoil the child. 不是啦. It means in English, no hit, no become a machine. Yes, Singapore needs more machine for a best economy. Yes, I come here. Singapore is very safe and clean. I like it. So if 外国人 foreigner come here and make a Singapore not clean and not safe, and some bring the chewing gum and put in the mass rapid transit, the seat. Yeah, I think it should not be a caning. It should be a 枪毙, 砰砰. 好，谢谢。
For the love of his art, one Swiss national, possibly with an accomplice, breached the security of an SMRT depot to paint trains. Now, he will have a different kind of stroke to look forward to behind bars. This is Andre Chichak, The Noose.
All right, let's now cross over to my least favorite weather person, Barbarella's something something, for the weather outlook.
Hello everybody, my name is Barbarella Wayne Rooney. That's right. World Cup, but it tells you recently something very terrible happened to Barbarella. It's very devastating for me. As we all know, Barbarella loves Orchard Road. That's right, because number one, there are a lot of designer boutiques there, and Barbarella only wears Chanel. And number two, there are a lot of angmos in Orchard Road. Yeah, so you can imagine how depressed I was that day when it started raining so heavily and the whole Singapore didn't get flooded except for Orchard Road. Devastating, right? Well, basically, I feel that it is probably a conspiracy theory. Yeah, I think it's those the competitors of like Wendy's and Hermes. Yeah, they went to clog up that drain. My boyfriend Wayne told me he saw in the newspapers and on TV that it's all because of the drain. I hate that drain. I hate that drain so much. But my boyfriend Wayne hates it more because he has anger management issues. Yeah, but that's another story. Also, that day when I saw on the news, right, I was very shocked personally because I saw like all the dead bodies. Yeah, I saw dead bodies, in the water in the flood. Huh? Not dead bodies? What? Mannequin? What's that? Anyway, yeah. Oh, so today I'm supposed to talk about the weddles, right? Actually, I don't know anything about the weddles. Yeah, but all I know is that, if you see dark clouds, remember, don't just bring your umbrella. Also remember to bring your flotation device in case you get stuck or trapped in a toilet in Orchard Road. Yeah, thanks everybody, thanks.
Thank you, Barbarella. On that note, we're wrapping up this season of the Noose.
That is so sad. Where is the sad music? Well, we hope that you have enjoyed the news as much as we have. And be sure to petition Channel 5 to bring back the news.
We're desperately, utterly desperate to win another award. And we know that can only happen if we have another season. And we'll also like to thank our only fan who sent us our only fan letter. We've not received one since she sent this in about 2 weeks ago. But thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you all of you for watching, and good night and bye-bye.
Good night. Take care.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much
so
for all your help.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for doing nothing but play solitaire the whole time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Nice
so
to
much.
meet you for the first time.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, Esther Lovester. Thank you.